because we keep hearing that 2014 has been the warmest year on record. It's a snowball, so it's very, very cold out.
Meet the climate change deniers, pushing humanity to the brink one moron at a time. Who are climate change deniers? Climate change deniers are part of what is known as the post-facts community. They live in an alternative reality, where the impact of human-made climate change is just a theory, and that there are two sides to the debate. Let's examine the two sides to the debate argument. While some outliers in the scientific community throw some shade on climate change models, and we'll explain why that might happen in a little while, there are not two sides to any debate. According to NASA, nearly all climate scientists agree that humans are causing global warming and climate change. When 97% of experts agree that human action is responsible for climate change, the 3% that do not agree do not count as another side to a discussion. There is no discussion to be had. One of the terrifying aspects of the post-fact community is that it can exist in surprising numbers and would appear to have done their own research on some very odd topics. As Forbes reported in 2018, only 2/3 of American millennials always believed the Earth to be round. That means 1/3 of an entire generation from the world's richest and arguably most advanced country has flirted with flat earther ideas at one point or another. That's a horrifying statistic. In their 2018 book, The Madhouse Effect, climate scientist Michael Mann and political cartoonist Tom Tolles examine how climate change denial threatens the planet, destroys politics, and drives us crazy. The authors tackle the apathy argument head-on, recognizing that the most unfortunate part of the societal debate over climate change has been the ease of imagining a warming climate as an essentially unthreatening occurrence, the status quo. Global warming sounds almost pleasant, like a day in springtime. You may have heard someone say in response to a lovely day in winter, "If this is global warming, I'll take it." A smooth, comfortable adjustment in living circumstances, not unlike turning up the thermostat by a degree or two, not to worry. Of course, starvation, mass migration, and deaths from freak weather come along for the ride. But that is surely someone else's problem. The book talks about the actual case. Only 3% of experts' opinion to hold the views that they do. Money, politics, and vested interest. Given the overwhelming strength of the evidence, as we have seen, that climate change is real, caused by humans, and a grave threat, one might rightfully ask how some of our most prominent elected officials can still deny that climate change is even happening. The answer, of course, is that climate change denial isn't really about the science. It is instead about politics. It is about powerful vested interests that find the implications of the science, that there is a need to stop burning fossil fuels. Inconvenient. It is mass disinformation. Do you think this level of idiocy comes cheap? It doesn't. But unfortunately, the fossil fuel industry has very deep pockets to fund climate denial. Climate denial is straight out of the playbook of big tobacco. There used to be two sides to the whole smoking and lung cancer debate. There were even doctors and scientists, usually on the payroll of big tobacco and its proxies, who would advocate doubts about whether there was a causal link between smoking and lung cancer. There were once freedom warriors who did not want a nanny state. Seatbelts or motorcycle crash helmets are another excellent example of a similar debate. Fortunately for the rest of us, Mother Nature has a response to those attitudes. Evolution through natural selection, and these freedom warriors gradually turned into smears on the asphalt. Humanity's collective IQ ticked up a point or two as each seatbeltless, helmetless holdout descended to enjoy eternity polishing their Darwin Award. The insidious aspect of climate change denial is that the deniers drag the rest of us down. When we're knee-deep in seawater, eating Solent green in whatever narrow band of the planet is still broadly conducive to human life, do the climate change deniers just shrug their shoulders and say, "I guess I was wrong"? Or do we make a collective decision today to agree that we live on a round-shaped planet, and that the volumes of crap that we kick into the atmosphere and oceans each year are leading to every year in recent memory being the hottest year on record? More importantly, do we start to call bullshit when we hear climate denial? Do we stop buying products from companies responsible for deforestation, burning large amounts of fossil fuels, and creating mass amounts of plastic waste? Crypto communities are built on changing the status quo. by rebelling against institutions who stand in the way of progress. If just 10% of our passion was directed to the fight against climate change, then we could make a significant impact. So please subscribe and hit the notification bell to be informed when we drop any future content.